The armed forces will not be able to talk. But this brazen politicization, political marketing of Operation Sindoor, do you think that anybody or any institution can put a stop on this? Because this is so brazen. But the moment you open your mouth and you ask questions, you are labeled as someone who is running Pakistan's agenda, or there is money sent to you by China. This is what is being said.
They are running the Pakistan-China agenda by humiliating and ridiculing our armed forces, weakening their morale, talking all kind of nonsense. One deputy chief minister of Madhya Pradesh says armed forces must prostrate before Modi. What nonsense is this? And one minister in Madhya Pradesh says Colonel Sofia Qureshi is a sister of the terrorists, so I have sent her to take care of Pakistan. I mean, they are working as agents of Pakistan. They are working as agents of China. Let them try and troll me. How dare they do that? They are the anti-nationals. Now claiming that I have done that, I have named it Sindoor and Sindoor and Sindoor. I mean, military operation should have stealth and secrecy. That's a hallmark of military operation. Otherwise, you will have to pay heavily with the life of our soldiers, airmen, and naval people. You got to keep it as secret as possible, as stealthy as possible. You do the operation, finish up your task, withdraw, and keep your trap shut. You can't keep on taking everything, and you can't say, I sent BrahMos. Who asked you to tell them they sent the BrahMos? It's a discretion of the military personnel to use whichever weapon they want. Now, this is ridiculous. The same thing they did with Pulwama also.
No, but sir, do you find any dichotomy in the brief which the multi-party delegations are carrying to the various nations across the world? They are supposed to talk positive. They are not supposed to take any political credit. They are supposed to be speaking the language of India, which they are doing, whether it is Dr. Shashi Tharoor, or for that matter, I was hearing and listening to Owaisi's speech. It was so good. And the way they have defended India. But back home, Prime Minister tells his own party men that now you have to keep quiet on Operation Sindoor, but he does all the talking. So what is he trying to gain? So is he trying to take the sole credit of Operation Sindoor, which means it's going to be taken by the Prime Minister?
Not only Owaisi, even Shashi Tharoor, I heard Shashi Tharoor's speech. Very sensible. They are doing a sincere job. It's not only the delegations. I have been listening to these three Director General of Military Operations. The way they briefed, very professional, non-escalatory, limited operation. They never use the word war. They never use the word revenge. Blah 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 blah. Now, why is this man talking like this? You see, in fact, they are creating huge damage to India outside. India has become a butt of ridicule, joke. Now, on the one hand, you have sent delegations to 32 countries, headed by parliamentarians and others. They are trying to explain. They are trying to tell that we are trying to root out, terrorism. Pakistan is a terror state. They are promoting terrorism. We are not in for war. I mean, they are telling the diplomatic side of India. But these fellows are bragging. I threw the BrahMos, I threw this. Modi did this, Modi did it. What is this? Does any other country do this? Does any other country do this? I don't think so. I mean, why are they doing? I don't know. Political capital also, well, when operation becomes a success and India becomes a winning country, people would appreciate. You don't have to keep on bragging and telling lies. If there is an operation for the integrity of the country, for the honor of the country, well, certainly people will appreciate. It's not that you have to keep on bragging again and again and again and again.
No, but Mr.
Sindoor,
Devasai,
Sindoor,
does this
Sindoor blood mein hai.
but since Prime Minister is saying that the Operation Sindoor has not ended, so are we going to see a state of the nation where this kind of a warmongering is going to continue endlessly, at least till the Bihar elections?
See, you can't take him seriously at all when he says the Sindoor is not ended. See, the question is, let me come back as an administrator. A particular horrific incident happened near Pahalgam. There is no security. The correct way of dealing with that is that they should have taken stringent action against people, number one, who allowed this to happen. When we on the taxpayers' money, we have more than 500,000 military, paramilitary, police forces. How did these 4 or 5 fellows allowed to come in at all? Whomsoever allowed the security lapse, they should have been sacked summarily, invoking Article 311 to see, if I remember, summary dismissal without even an inquiry, because there may be national security issues involved. Once I don't know who did it, but my information is that army is not responsible because army comes in only when there is Amarnath Yatra. It was completely under the police, the DGP and the local police. They completely messed it up. I am told 1 or 2 days before that incident, there was a review by the DGP. He reviewed, South Kashmir was reviewed by him. What instruction did they give? Did anybody find out? Did he tell these fellows not to give any protection? And now they say they're putting the blame on the hotel fellows. Hotel fellows secretly sent about 2,000 tourists. How is it possible? You can't even send 2 people. And Amit Shah says he calls himself Home Minister. He says hotel fellows sent 2,000 terrorists secretly. Police people did not know. What absurdity! Without taking action against these brazen security labs, you have no moral right to take any further action. Okay, you have taken military action against Pakistan because terrorist activities have been going on, but you can't go on bragging for ends. Military people must be given some respect. What will happen next time when there is an operation? What will happen next time? How will the armed forces react? You see, they keep on talking. We are nobody. I mean, these completely reducing the armed forces to nothing. I, as a citizen, cannot take this at all. I'm sorry. And why? What is it trying to achieve? Elections will come, all right. During the election, you say you talk about your achievements, no problem. See, during election, when there is an election rally, you talk about your achievements, and if people believe that yes, you have made all these achievements, you have single-handedly finished off Pakistan. Well, they will vote for you. Be happy. But why all this?
How does it end now? I mean, like there has to be some kind of how is it going to end? I'm just not understanding, because this becomes a continuous process. Right now, for the last 2 days, he's been in Gujarat. Now, Prime Minister Modi is traveling next week to UP. Then he travels to Bihar, and similar kind of rallies, I'm told, are going to be organized everywhere, where he's going to talk about Operation Sindoor, where he'll dog whistle, he'll talk about Pakistan, and then rake up some sentiments against the Muslims also. So if that is going to become a continuous process, how worrisome the situation in the country is.
It is very worrisome. See, not only within the country, they are destroying the credibility of India outside the country also. You see, what kind of country is this? India. What are they talking about? I mean, so the problem is the opposition has completely collapsed. I entirely blame the opposition. They don't know how to behave at all. This particularly Congress party has become a completely crumpled and collapsed. They think that just giving statements in the media, name of some fellows coming in the press, more than enough. How have they taken up people and tell them military operations should not be exploited like this? Military might have certain limitations. See, armed forces, serving armed forces cannot talk. But what are these veterans doing? What are they're backed out. You see, I am extremely astonished, Neelu, when a couple of years ago, 2019, when UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath called our Indian Army Modiji's Sena, there was so much of uproar. And lot of veterans came together and prepared a memorandum. More than 400 people, generals, admirals, and air marshals, and down the line, they sent a protest letter to the Prime Minister and Yogi Adityanath. Don't humiliate the army like this. This time, when the Deputy Chief Minister asked army people to prostrate before Modi, not a whimper. Not a whimper. Difficulty, a campaign was 15, 20 people signed. Veterans also has completely collapsed. They've gone into a shell. They're not interested about their honor. They're only talking about war OP, their salary and tanga and perks. I'm sorry. I am also a veteran. Though, of course, became a civilian much earlier. They are only interested in their war OP. They are not interested in their honor. What is written in the IMA? Honor is number one. They are not bothered at all. Anybody can humiliate them and go on. Serving people cannot talk. The Army Act is very strong.
The condition is such, Mr. Devasayam, the condition is such that even
veterans must speak up.
No, yes, the veterans should speak up like you, but I'm talking about many retired armed forces people also. They say that, it's better to refrain rather than get into a controversy. Because
what controversy? If they're not interested in honor, see, if they're not interested in honor, don't get into controversy. You allow these fellows to talk and to say anything. How can they display BrahMos like this? How can they put this fellow in Air Force officer's uniform? How can the Deputy Chief Minister say this? Okay, what protest? What protest as the veterans? Veterans have not said a word. Not even one veteran. What are they afraid of?
True.
What are they afraid of? If there is no honor, what is left? See, I hold the veterans responsible.
So you feel that now the veterans of the armed forces should speak up.
Speak up loud and clear. It is their honor is at stake. Otherwise, people will ridicule them. Right. Tomorrow, see, let me tell you, of all the institutions, armed forces are the most respected even today. Much beyond even the judiciary. But all this respect will go.
Right.
If this kind of things go on,
right,
all this respect of the veterans and armed forces will go away. They must assert themselves. We can back them up if they want to.
All right.
But it's happening, it's the other way around. We are trying to sort of do something, but then they're completely wishing away. No controversy. What controversy?
Absolutely.
How can they humiliate armed forces? How will they humiliate an institution?
Right.
See,
all right.
The whole objective seems to be to manipulate the election results. Eventually. Create a narrative. As if everyone thinks that Modi is the one who was finished up Pakistan. Pakistan fellows are still sitting there. They are laughing.
No, but just one last question, very quickly and very brief answer I want from you because I'm running short of time. That in this kind of a scenario, do you think, because obviously elections are not around the corner, otherwise we would have expected that ECI might take a call. At this point of time, can Supreme Court take a suo motu cognizance of what is happening? Which institution will come forward to stop the Prime Minister?
I don't think Supreme Court will be interested in these kind of things. They are not interested in their own institution. How will they be interested in armed forces? I'm sorry to say that.
But that sums it all.
The veterans are the people who have to take this cause.
Okay, so you're saying that it's the veterans who can take up this cause vociferously. I'll have to end it here. Thank you so much, Mr. Devasayam, for joining on HW.